Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Get Real with Real Estate. I'm enjoying this beautiful day. It is finally so much cooler than it has been the last few weeks, and I'm so embracing it with this video and with doing more outside in general as we welcome in fall. So on today's episode of Get Real with Real Estate, I'm connecting with you guys to talk about, in today's technological age, the age where everything seems to end up online, what does it actually mean when you're interviewing real estate agents to put your home up for sale and they're telling you things like, oh, don't worry, I'll be able to get your property online? What does that actually mean? What does it look like for you as a seller? A lot of people are like, okay, that sounds good, but they have no understanding and no context as to what that really means. And with good reason. Why would you know what that means? Unless the agent is providing you with, as they often do, the bullet pointed list of like 100 things I'm going to do to market your home, or really awesome material like that to put yourself to sleep with. Your agent should have a really clear understanding of how they're going to get your property online and what that looks like for you as the seller. So a huge majority of agents, when they say get the property up online, they are simply checking a box in our MLS system that means that it's going to syndicate out to the typical websites that you see, like the Zillow, the Trulia, homes.com, the places where you probably as a buyer might be looking for your next home. Those listing agents, outside of checking that box, often are not doing very much to get the property online, aside from checking that box to get it online, which is crazy in today's day and age, because one of the things that we really pride ourselves on, being the next generation of real estate, is knowing the ins and outs of the online space to correctly market a property. So what that looks like for our sellers is we actually identify who is going to be buying their home. So like literally a person, we envision who that person is, what it looks like. If there are more than one potential buyer, we create they're called avatars, like marketing individuals that we're going to specifically strategize our marketing campaign towards when it comes time to list the property. And then we really strategically and carefully, like very thought process, we analyze how we're going to expose this listing to that particular individual. So let's say that buyer is a mom who is going to be falling in love with this home with their husband and their 3 kids. We're going to specifically market this home on places like Google advertisements, Facebook ads. We put it on our social media platforms. We have a huge following on not only our social media, but like specifically our Instagram, but our where was I going with that? Really big, YouTube. We have a big YouTube following, Instagram following, and it's not just Instagram. When we take Instagram footage, we're actually taking it not only for the Instagram feed, but we're creating stories within our feed. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Instagram, stories is the feature that kind of shows your day-to-day activity, what we're up to as we navigate through San Diego and with our listings. So when we take on a listing, the first day that we actually go there to market the property, we have a list of about 15 items that we do to market your home. We take a ton of video footage. That list typically looks like not only the professional photos with the photographer, but it literally looks like videos for stories that day for the coming soon, videos for stories for when the property launches. We typically do a 360 video walkthrough where we record the video in 360 so that any buyer worldwide can see that property in virtual reality. We are filming it for multiple different platforms, so I literally do like 3 or 4 walkthroughs. Our sellers are often like, why is she doing the same thing again? It's because we have multiple audiences. So when we're doing a video walkthrough, we're not just doing the video walkthrough. I'm literally doing one for Instagram stories, for Instagram newsfeed, usually for IGTV, for Facebook, for YouTube, and then typically doing a 360. So we're doing like insane amounts of video, producing a ton of media to then expose your property. And as the seller, your number one goal, of course, is to get the most for your property, but it ultimately gets to be finding a buyer for your property, finding the right buyer for your property, and finding the buyer who's going to pay you the most for your property. But it's ultimately finding the buyer. So you can get tons of agents who are going to tell you one thing like, oh, I can get this for you online. How are they going to get it for you online? Are they, like, what types of practices are in their marketing plan? Are they printing out a page of 100 bullet points just to overwhelm you and give you something that you don't want to read? Or do they have a really clear understanding of how they're going to market your property and who they're going to be marketing it to? Another thing to keep in mind is recently in some of our listing appointments, we've been getting the question from sellers, what are they going to take photos of? Like, what should I put away? Ultimately, every aspect of your home could potentially be photographed. We're going through, as listing agents, with a 360 virtual video camera, but often when we're representing buyers and looking for properties in the market, we're doing the same thing. We're bringing our 360 camera and we're taking virtual reality of the homes that are for sale. So we're literally taking like 360-degree footage. And there's a lot of gray area around what's acceptable in terms of photographing someone else's house. You know, with the technological advances that we keep experiencing in this industry, it's very common now. We've sold properties to several buyers who've bought the property completely sight unseen, never looking at the property until after they've closed. So technology plays a huge part in what we do, and it's really important as a seller to have in mind that literally everything that you're leaving within your home has the potential to be photographed. So you want to put away anything personal, family photos that you may not want exposed, anything that relates back to you, like personal addresses. If you've got like a whiteboard with your entire life plan, you might want to erase it, because those things realistically may end up online purposefully from a marketing attempt, or even accidentally as somebody is viewing the home on behalf of a buyer who might be halfway across the world but interested in making an offer on your home. So I hope that information was helpful to you as you evaluate real estate agents and are hopefully looking and finding what you need in terms of your real estate goals and what you hope to do in the sale of your property. And ultimately, when you ask the agent during an interview how they're going to be able to get that property online, they should be able to answer in great depth the way that I just did, and also get really excited about what that looks like for them versus, oh yeah, I'm just going to get it online for you. Zillow, Trulia, Homes.com, because I want you guys to know as sellers that that is as simple as clicking a button within the MLS. What are they going to do beyond that? How are they going to expose your property to the right buyers, and how are they going to get top dollar for your home in attracting the right buyers? Hopefully you found this helpful. We'll talk to you next week. Talk to you soon.